Hello beautiful beings, Meredith from Mystic Pathways with a Helping Hand Oracle reading for Spirit's advice to help us. Let's dive right in. What is the best mental practice for us, Spirit, to help us move through these current energies and the energies that are coming? What is the best mental practice, please, Spirit? Best mental practice. The best mental practice is describe one of the best moments of your life. Life isn't a matter of milestones, but of moments. That was said by Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy. And Mystic Pathways, when I first started out, many years ago, I wanted to call myself Moments because I kind of like knew that that's what it was, that life was full of moments, and when you string those moments together, that's your life. Focusing on the good things in our lives as opposed to any negatives encourage us to think positively. Take some time to reminisce about one of the best moments of your life. Write about it in as much detail as you can. Where were you? How old were you? Who were you with? How did you feel in that moment? What could you see, hear, taste, touch, and smell? Try to capture the parts of the moment that made it so special and note what effect this positive memory has on how you start your day. That's beautiful. What a lovely practice to not only describe one of the best moments of your life, but remember it. Because there could be so many more. It all depends on our attitude, which we will get to. Thank you, Spirit. What is the best meditation for us to practice for these current energies, please, Spirit? There we go. And it is Warrior Woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? Do you even know what your deepest calling is? A lot of people don't. And it can be a practice, learning to listen to what it is instead of what you think you should be doing, what other people think you should be doing, what other people, think. It's got nothing to do with that. It's really to do with finding that spark inside and expressing it through and out of you. Tends to be your calling. Warrior Woman. You are here for a reason. You are being called to bravely pave a path. Have you answered your highest and deepest calling? Living a heart and soul-led life is not all fluffy and smooth sailing. Oh, no, it's not. Living a heart and soul-led life requires courage to triumph over fear. And it's the fear that tells you that's what you got to do to overcome it. And that's what gives you courage. So often our fears are the gatekeepers to our greatest gifts. And the more resistance we have towards answering a call, the more important it is for our soul's growth. Sometimes fear is an indication that we are facing the right way. Joan of Arc was known for her courage and her famous line, "I'm not afraid, I was born to do this." But the thing about courage, that it is not possible without fear. So if you're feeling afraid, what is needed is courage. And courage comes from living from the heart. Think of your fears as opportunities to expand rather than things that are holding you hostage. If you can look at your fears in this light, then, as uncomfortable as it might feel, it's actually a sign that you're on the right track. So in our meditations, our question to ask is, have you answered your deepest calling? What do you think your deepest calling is? And then have a look at the fears that's stopping you from expressing that. What then, Spirit? Thank you so much. What is the dharma practice? And it flew straight out. You're not for everyone. Oh, this is so true. This is so true. Hang on. So in remembering one of the best moments of your life, that could be a clue towards your deepest calling. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Oh, they all seem so aligned, don't they? Best moments of your life is a clue towards what's your deepest calling. And your deepest calling may not be for everybody. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. And that's such a perfect timing for our spiritual practice. What is your true north? You face that. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. You focus on what you're doing. 132. Here we go. You're not for everyone. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs, and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that'll take precious time to heal. So true. You're not for them and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on their way, on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, to let the world see who you really are. And that's the courage. That's the courage we need to face our true north, our courage to face our fears, to bring it out into the light of day, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. So our spiritual practice, our dharma practice, how can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what other people think? There is true freedom in that. And so that is our practice, which then suggests to me, by looking at that we might be squeezed, that we might bump into people or come across people who actually don't like us, who maybe we're pretending to like us, and then we realize they don't. It's like, don't take it personally. We are not for everyone, and they're not for everyone. It just is. Thank you, Spirit. What then is our best attitude to embody, please, Spirit, with these current energies and these coming energies? With this in mind, what is then the best attitude for us to adopt? Best attitude, please, Spirit. Just one card. What attitude would best fit us to adopt so that we may move through knowing that we're not for everyone, but we back ourselves 100%, that we are facing our true north and answering our deepest calling, finding the clues from the best moments of our lives. Thank you. Nature's wisdom. Perfect card. I might share it. There was a link to a video regarding the wisdom behind trees and the science behind the trees and how they help us in forest bathing, and how we can get back into nature more. Really helps not only ground us, but it helps us, gets us out of our head by having to be aware of our immediate surroundings. That helps get us out of our head and into the present moment. But nature also teaches us a lot of things, that there is prey, predator, and parasite in all species, in all fungi, fauna, and flora. Humans are no different. So we can learn by how does nature move through it? Well, nature just does. It's aware of all three types. And prey doesn't mean they're weak. It just means they think differently to the predator and the parasite. And the prey's defense is their best attack. So thinking about nature's wisdom, how it doesn't block itself, how it doesn't judge each other by its look or its color or its stance. Nature just is. Nature keeps flowing and it'll continue flowing long after man's gone. So what can that teach us? To get us out of our heads and more into our hearts. Thank you, Spirit. What is the best approach to adopt then? What is the best approach? Gratitude. Attitude is nature's wisdom. The approach is gratitude, being grateful for everything that happens in your life. I was only saying the other day, thank you to all those that helped me learn my lessons, because without them, you don't learn your lessons. The difficult ones, the happy ones, the challenging ones. Without them, we don't get to learn. We don't get to grow. We don't get to see ourselves when we need to shore ourselves up more and adopt a different approach. So our approach is gratitude, being thankful. It doesn't mean you have to like it. It doesn't mean you have to tolerate it, but it's being grateful for what it's expressing, being grateful for what it's showing, being grateful for the help that it is giving us. That is the approach, is gratitude. I must remember that, hence the reading. Thank you, Spirit. What then is at the heart of the matter of the current energies that's triggering in us that needs to be acknowledged? What in our hearts needs to be acknowledged? Got two, otter and frog. That was very interesting. Otter and frog. Key word for otter, I love it, is women medicine. At the heart of the matter, if you have drawn this symbol, otter may be telling you to become the playful child and to simply allow things to unfold in your life. It may be time to stop your addiction to worrying. Otter also teaches the importance of not hanging on to material things that would bind you or become a burden. In looking at how you can learn from otter's habits, you might look at the joyousness of the receptive side of your nature. Have you given yourself a gift recently? Have you received any messages in your meditations? Become otter and move gently into the river of life. Flow with the waters of the universe. This is the way of balanced female receptive energy. Honor it. In doing so, you will discover the power of woman, of receiving. Beautiful. It also says women energy without games or control is a beautiful experience. It is the freeness of love without jealousy. It is the joy of loving other people's children and their accomplishments as much as you love your own. It may be time to examine your feelings about sharing the bounty of your life with others. Otter may be saying that the finer qualities of woman need to be striven for in both men and women, so that a unity of spirit can be achieved. This would involve the destruction of jealousy and of all the acts of anger which stem from fear. It would mean keeping a hawk eye on your own ego and maintaining total trust. It would mean a world full of people coming together to honour the right of each person to be. That is at the heart of the matter. And that is so true. Thank you, Spirit. That's what needs to be brought to the light of day, is we need to get over ourselves and step into our hearts. And frog is all about cleansing. Frog speaks of new life and harmony through its rain song. The deep tones of frog's ribbit are said to be a call to the thunder beings, thunder, lightning, and rain. The ribbit is the heartbeat that comes into harmony with Father Sky and calls for the replenishment needed. Call to frog and find peace in the joy of taking time to give to yourself. A part of this giving is cleansing yourself of any person, place, or thing that does not contribute to your new state of serenity and replenishment. A part of this giving is cleansing yourself, and remember the key word is cleansing. Rain cleanses, washes away, but we also have to take responsibility for our own life and our own worlds. So a part of this giving is cleansing yourself of any person, place, or thing that does not contribute to your new state of serenity and replenishment, which kind of like goes with OTTER. Are you sharing your abundance, and are you stepping aside from the destructive feelings of jealousy and anger, keeping a hawk eye view on your own ego and maintaining total trust that you are making the best decisions for you and your life and harming none? Oh, amen. So mote it be. Thank you. I always love drawing the heart cards because they always speak so much truth that we may not necessarily want to face. So thank you, Spirit. With the healing cards, please, what is the healing code that's going to help us with this message, Spirit? With the energies that are coming, the energies that are surrounding us now. What is the healing code, please, Spirit? What is going to help us? The healing reminder of what we ourselves can practice to heal. Meditation, of course. Meditation and it's such a beautiful card. And look, it's winter as well. And in the Southern Hemisphere, it is the start of winter tomorrow, the celebration of Samhain. The veils are at its thinnest for us here. We honour our ancestors. And the best healing code for us is meditation, always. And there's so many different types of meditations that you can do. And it's not always sitting cross-legged in the Om and chanting Om. It's not that. It's the quiet time that you take, that you can just sit with your own energy to self-reflect and listen. In meditation, we can find the space between thoughts and mind chatter. When you meditate, you allow your mind to be in a state of peace. This shift in thinking will help stop any limiting and negative thoughts you might have fallen prey to. When fearful thinking gains a foothold in your mind, it can take root and become habitual. Expecting the worst possible outcome becomes your normal response. It can be hard to recognize and release fearful thinking. Take a minute, silence your mind, breathe in, and imagine this breath traveling throughout your inner body. Take a second breath and ask your body to relax. You're creating a connection with your higher self, God, Spirit, your intuition. Just 1 minute a day of meditation can provide a mental reprieve from the thoughts connected with illness, loss, or low vibrational thoughts. This can go a long way to healing. And the card, a sleeping woman is surrounded by wintry imagery. Hang on, let me get that up there for you. The different scenes indicate a connection with your true essence, your inner resources, and times when you felt happier. The snow suggests purity, cleansing, and discovering hidden thoughts and fears. The goose may signify a need for recognizing your priorities and the importance of the many blessings you have in your life. As you hold these images in your mind, begin to meditate to see if any messages come to you. Don't worry or strain. Commit to meditating for a minute a day and increase it as you start to feel comfortable. Find soothing music that helps you relax. With practice, clarity and relief from stress may come more easily. So our healing code: meditate, meditate, meditate. Thank you, Spirit. And in our meditations, asking, looking for, describing the best moments of your life, the clues, what's your deepest calling, and are you facing your true north? So that's our meditation practice. So with the tarot deck, Spirit, oh, it's already fallen out. Where did it go? Here it is. The mental, what needs to be articulated, that we need to address, we need to face, and it's actually the Five of Pentacles, which has a lot to do with anxiety, loss, needing rest, you're worrying. Five of Pentacles is not necessarily a fun card. Oh, and there's another one fell out at the same time, which is awesome, which offsets it, which is strength. Oh, I love that. I love that. So we need to be reminded. The strength card is, you know, it's not about physical strength, even though the picture kind of like depicts that. It's about that resilience, the ability to have courage, move through the ever-changing landscape of our emotions, the ins and outs, the ups and downs. The Five of Pentacles, it talks about spiritual, emotional, financial loss and anxiety. It could be loss in faith in yourself as well. May indicate a time to start again in struggles. You may have to cope with stress, anxiety, unfortunate circumstances. Your mind might be feeling overextended and at a loss to how to proceed. Don't despair. Take care of yourself on an inner and outer level. That is, and that's the strength card, is not to succumb to those mental thoughts, because this was the what needs to be articulated, what's going on in our minds. And we're worrying over things that we probably have no control over. And when we lose that standing, when we lose our balance and we tip into fear and uncertainty, that's what we tend to get more of. And it's really advisable then to be dispassionate, to look at things logically. And you might need inner strength to do that, to shut that thinking mind up that's causing you so much angst. So then we can have a look at remembering gratitude, getting back into nature. We do have the strength to do that. Thank you, Spirit. So it could be tricky. The energies at the moment, the energies that are coming in, it could be tricky times ahead. Turn the lens inward and become from doing life from the inside out, not the outside in, is my takeaway from here. And that has been my practice. So what animal is our guide? What animal to guide us with? Again, its essence, its behavior, its message. What animal is here to guide us, please, Spirit? Just one. Turtle. And that's the Om symbol in the background. Thank you, Spirit. Turtle. And the key word for turtle. I always think of Mother Earth when I see turtle, of carrying earth on its back, swimming through the cosmos. And the key word for turtle is Gaia. And turtle's message is letting us know that we need to slow down. We need to ground ourselves into nature's wisdom. We need to connect to the earth, embrace compassion, create inner harmony, protect yourself from envy, jealousy, that was the otter. And find a safe space to focus your thoughts so your actions can slowly create a sense of completion. Turtle teaches the art of honor and respect. It helps you to remain patient, persistent, and grounded so that you reap the fruits of your dedication and labor. Because turtle can survive on land and in water, it teaches us to look after ourselves. It helps us pursue our natural gifts and enhance our personal growth. It gives you the courage to develop those gifts and embed them in your daily life so you can become more self-sufficient, facing your true north. Are you living your deepest calling? Develop your natural gifts, enhance your personal growth, and it gives you the courage to develop the strength and the courage to develop those gifts. Beautiful medicine working with turtle. And by working with that, you just might, there's an inner knowing that comes about. There's an inner feeling. Things start to flow and you just know when you're butting up against something and you know when it's a green light. And that intuition, that kind of life really helps you navigate in the best possible way for your life. Turtle medicine. Thank you. Let's have a look now at the crystal. What is the best crystal to work with ease and grace? What crystal is going to help us with ease that we can either meditate on, carry with us, wear as jewelry? What crystal, please, Spirit, should we be working with at this current time with these current energies? The crystal that'll help us all with ease and grace. What's the best crystal, please, Spirit? Just one card, the best crystal, please and thank you. Obsidian, protection. It's quite an intense image on the card, isn't it? Obsidian protection is an earth element crystal. So again, about getting grounded. And the message for obsidian as the crystal to work with: powerful protection and aid are at your side when obsidian appears as your ally. This ally has come to tell you that you are receiving protection in the situation at hand. Just as the ancients utilized obsidian as their protecting force when faced with danger or necessity, you may utilize its power to cut through any difficulties or obstacles that stand in your way. Obsidian is the power of the receptive, its greatest strength in absorbing the energy of others and turning it to its own use. Stand back and be receptive to what is happening around you. Obsidian will guide you towards the proper action when the opportunity you have been waiting for arises. It's for the root chakra, and the affirmation is, I am protected and provided for by the receptive power of the universe. Thank you, Spirit. Crystal to work with is obsidian. So looking at these cards, it kind of like does suggest to me that we may be challenged. There may be challenges at this very moment in your life, but their challenges will be just around the corner. And then how to navigate that when it comes, if it's happening, is to go within. Remember those moments that lit you up the most. It's a clue. Meditating on, are you answering your deepest calling? Are you facing your true north? And if not, take those necessary steps to walk towards it. Get back into nature more. Be grateful for what's happening. You're alive. There's a lot of places on this planet that are going through way worse than what we are. Get yourself out of the way and be receptive to healing and taking responsibility for your own life. Stop worrying about things, because worry only feeds worry. What can you do about it? It's that serenity prayer. I love it. Remember the serenity prayer. Remember your strength and your courage. Embracing compassion and just being fluid in life. We are protected. Well, I hope this helps. Have a beautiful day. Aho, amen. So mote it be.